and buried 6 feet deep. I won't have to listen to my broken heart beat. Won't have to wonder why. Won't have to cry over you.
India Ramey has been referred to as the Woman in Black and the Wednesday Addams of country music. India's 2017 album, Snake Handler, landed her in Rolling Stone's 10 New Country Artists You Need to Know. Her 2020 album, Shallow Graves, debuted at number 6 on the Euro-Americana chart. That was followed by 2024's fiery Baptized by the Blaze, another great album where she confronts her journey through the fire toward healing and empowerment. And on May 8, we'll see the release of her new record, Welcome to My Villain Era. You're hearing a track from it now. Stay tuned for my talk with India Ramey.
Won't have to bear the pain every day of the sting, and knowing sore heartache feels like a bite of a poison snake.
Welcome to Frets with DJ Fey, the place to hear great music and interviews with fantastic musicians. Stay tuned. India?
Yes. Hi, Dave.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I want to talk about the new album, of course, that's coming out soon. But before we get into that, I would love to go way back and hear about your roots. You were born in Rome, Georgia. Is that right?
Yes, I was born and raised in Rome, Georgia, and we lived there until I was about 12 or 13.
Okay, and that's not far from Atlanta, right?
No, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Atlanta. But Atlanta was the big city, to us, because there wasn't anything that ever happened in Rome. So if you ever wanted to go see a concert or go to a real mall, you had to drive all the way to Atlanta.
I think blues singer Ma Rainey was from Rome.
Really? I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Yeah. And another Frets guest, who's actually been on a couple times now, is from Marietta, which I think is also pretty close.
Yeah, Marietta's pretty close too.
Yeah. Marietta Way from Guadalcanal Diary was from there. Mm-hmm. Well, at some point, you moved to Alabama. Did you say that was when you were 12?
Yeah, when I was 12, I enrolled in and got accepted to the Alabama School of Fine Arts in Birmingham in the dance program. And so I went to live in the dorm at age 12, right before I turned 13. And while I was in school and in the dorm in Birmingham, my parents moved just over the state line to Cedar Bluff, Alabama.
Well, during that period of your life, maybe even before and during and after, the move, what kinds of music do you remember hearing and responding to? Maybe it was, around the family or friends or...
It was all kinds. I mean, in my early childhood, when my father was still in the picture, he was heavily into Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson. So I was raised on the Outlaws album, but I was also raised on Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles. Those Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles were staples in our house until
nice.
Until I was a teenager. I mean, still are. But my sister Autumn, she's 10 years older than me. She was a punk rocker in Atlanta, and she'd make me mixtapes, and she would sneak me into punk clubs when I was 9 years old. I saw DOA at the Metroplex in Atlanta when I was 9. So
wow.
I was really into punk bands and really into new wave. As a fourth, fifth grader, I was a huge Duran Duran fan, and I was into Echo and the Bunnymen and Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah.
So all kinds. I mean, all over the place. And when I was in college, I got back into country because my best friend Joy was real into Hank Jr. and David Allan Coe and Waylon Jennings. And it took me back, to my early childhood whenever she was playing it in our apartment. we would sit out on the porch and drink beer and, talk shit and listen to David Allen Coe. So all over the place. I'm like 90s country too. Like when I was in high school, I was real into Shania Twain, Faith Hill, and Patty Loveless. Oh my God, Patty Loveless. I feel like Patty Loveless and Pat Benatar taught me how to sing. So
it's a great mix. That's great.
Yeah, and Patsy Cline too. So all the Patsies and Patties taught India how to sing.
That's great. Were you already wondering at that point, like what it would be like to either be in a band or to front a band?
Yeah, I mean, I was singing before I could actually talk. My grandmother would take me to Pleasant Valley Baptist Church when I was little, and like when I was a toddler, and I would stand out in the aisle and sing nonsensical sounds while the choir was singing, and everybody would laugh and clap and all that. And so I really, like when I was little, before life and adults told you can't do this or you can't do that for all these reasons, I wanted to be a singer when I grew up. That was when people asked me what I wanted to be. I said I wanted to be a singer, but I had a really bad lisp, and my sisters used to tease me and say, "You can't be a singer if you have a lisp." And along the way, I was into dance, and my big sister was a ballerina at School of Fine Arts, and I wanted to be just like her. And everybody wanted me to be a ballet dancer too, and being the baby of the family, I wanted to please everybody. And so I convinced myself that's what I wanted. I convinced myself I wanted a lot of things that everybody else wanted for a long, long time. But my heart was always in what I'm doing now. I was a serious ballet dancer. We danced with the Alabama Ballet, with the professional company. And we, woke up in the morning and went to our first 2 classes of the day, 2 periods. And the third period was dance. And then we went to academics the rest of the day. And then we had 2 hour-and-a-half ballet classes in the afternoon starting at 4:30. And then we would go and do our homework and eat dinner, and we would come back to the studio and do rehearsals until 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
So I was in a very regimented, serious ballet program.
Wow. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, quick reminder to check out Frets with DJ Fey on YouTube. Subscribe for free and you'll find extras like shorts and videos featuring live performances of Frets guests. Subscribing really does help keep the podcast going. And did I mention? It's free. Now, back to the show. Well, you also attended University of Alabama School of Law. How much, what was there like time in between the two?
Yeah, so Alabama School of Fine Arts was a K through 12. I mean, not K through 12, 7th through 12. So,
okay.
You could start 7th grade there and then
like
you
a middle
high
school
school there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, middle school and high school. And then I went to Birmingham Southern College for undergrad. And then I went to law school at University of Alabama.
And I understand that's where you met your husband.
Yes, I did. But we didn't date. I had a crush on him and I wanted to date him, but he was involved with some other girl. And I looked at his shoes every time I tried to talk to him. So I married another guy in our class, and we were the most wrong for each other that 2 people could ever be wrong for each other. Mm. I remember our preacher at the church gave us that like premarital counseling before our wedding, and we did those Myers-Briggs tests, and the preacher was like trying to make the best of it because our wedding was like the next week, and he was like, "Well, opposites attract," and no, they do not. They do not. So I was married to him for 3 very long years, and I happened to run into Sean when that was busted up and just pretty much said, like, "You're not getting away this time, buddy."
Yeah, I know about that. I got married really young too, my first time, and kind of went through a similar experience with
Yeah.
the
Yeah. We don't know what we're doing when we're young.
yeah, thinking opposites would attract and work out, but it was a little too opposite.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Sean, now did I read somewhere that Sean introduced you to, or you both were into Tragically Hip?
We both were. My brother-in-law, Grant, is Canadian. And so he and my sister are huge Tragically Hip fans. They're not married anymore, but they co-parent their daughters, and they still share their deep passion for the Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
And they, taught me about the hip. I was at a party in law school, bored out of my mind, and I could overhear Sean talking to a group of people about the Tragically Hip. And they, of course, didn't know what he was talking about. And I thought, I have got, like, that's when I got a crush on. I was like, I have got to go out with that guy. He knows his music.
I loved him too. I was a huge Elvis Costello fan, and I knew that the Tragically Hip had taken their name from a line from an Elvis Costello song, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, I loved them. It's so sad that Gord, was that like 10 years ago? Gord died.
It was a while back. It may have been a little bit less than 10 years.
Yeah.
I woke up the morning, that morning after he passed, and that was when I was on Twitter. I'm not on there anymore, but I saw on Twitter that he had passed away. And even though I knew it was coming, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I just felt gutted.
Yeah.
And I went to the kitchen and got a cup of coffee and wrote a song called Hole in the World.
Oh, that's on Shallow Graves, right?
Yeah.
Oh. So that's about
that for Gord Downey.
Oh, that's so sweet. But I mean, bittersweet. But oh wow, that was a very, very sad thing. Wow, Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
Was getting into law school a way of dealing with the pain you experienced in your childhood, or?
Yeah, I mean, overachievement is a trauma response.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus, I have a lot of poverty trauma. So it was important to me, and it was important to my family that I get a quote real job and have a salary and be responsible.
Right.
And I thought that I could do all that and save battered women like my mom. And I thought that would heal all of that. But it ended up being the worst PTSD trigger ever.
Yeah, and probably a reminder a constant reminder.
And I was miserable. I was miserable in my marriage, and I didn't belong in Montgomery, and just the whole thing fell apart.
Well, during that period, did you join or form any bands?
No, it wasn't until after I moved to Birmingham around like 2004, I think. A buddy of mine asked me to be in this bluegrass cover band called Scattered and Smothered. And they would do songs that weren't bluegrass, but they would do them bluegrass style. So we would do like Comfortably Numb bluegrass or Purple Rain bluegrass. Yeah. And we would do like a bunch of like other covers too, like that would qualify as bluegrass. Like once I joined the band, I started doing a lot of Gillian Welch songs, and I got kind of bored singing other people's songs, so I started writing.
Nice.
Then.
Well, Scattered and Smothered would become the name of a song, and we will get to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, it's 2 a.m. and I'm waffling. I've been somewhere I ain't supposed to been, and I'm looking like Alice Cooper in a little black dress. Well, I'm a hot mess, I must confess. Ever since he brought up taking next steps, and my drunk ass needs some hash browns and scrambled eggs. I'm scattered and smothered, and I'm running for cover. Ever since he said he wanted to take things further, that I'd trade him for another if I had my druthers. I'm feeling fried and laid inside. I'm scattered and smothered. Well, I'm trying to eat 'cause I need the grease to soak up all the butter.
Hey, I want to talk about Plug. Plug makes it easy for you to purchase the personal technology you need at 40 to 70% off retail pricing. What can you get from Plug? certified pre-owned devices including iPhones, Androids, AirPods, Macs, smartwatches, accessories, and more. I originally didn't even want an Apple Watch, but I got one from Plug and I love it. I wear it every day. Your purchase is backed by their unmatched 1-year warranty and 30-day money-back guarantee. One more very cool thing, Plug is dedicated to helping reduce e-waste around the globe. To date, Plug has helped save over 1 million devices from reaching landfills, and they're looking to double that number by 2025. Link to Plug Tech from the show notes, and check out all the great deals and savings on certified pre-owned devices. Plug Electronics. Check it out. So you were writing songs. After a while of doing covers, you were writing your own stuff.
So I was in that cover band for a couple of years, like in the early 2000s. And then once I started writing my own stuff and making my own albums, I was doing shows all over Birmingham and just trying to get good because I wasn't very good when I started. I don't know anybody who is really. Unless there's some kind of miracle. You kind of have to like play out, and like Dave Grohl says, you kind of have to play out and suck for a little bit. But there was something about it that people were into, and they were into the songs, and it really caught on and kind of became a thing. I just sort of like kept working and kept progressing and kept, trying to get better and trying to do better than the last one. And at some point I felt like I needed to be here in Nashville to grow and improve more and to, to do something with it. Cause I was late. I was tardy to the party, I wasn't, I didn't start until I was in my 30s. So I didn't feel like I had a lot of time to waste. I was like, I need to go to the next level as quickly as I can. So right. I didn't mess around. I got out of Birmingham, came to Nashville.
Yeah. And eventually you got into a recording studio to cut an album. How did that come together? And what did that feel like for you? It had to feel great to be actually, okay, you're going to do it.
Yeah. I had cut 2 albums when I lived in Birmingham. Like my first 2 I did there. Well, I did the first one there, and then I did the second one with a producer here that I found through a friend. But Snake Handler, the album that came out in 2017, was my first like national release. It was my first like real album. And I did that one and Shallow Graves with Mark Patasha. And I found Mark through a Birmingham friend of mine named Will Stewart, who is an incredible songwriter and musician. And he was living up here at the time and had done some work with Mark. And Mark had been the engineer on Jason Isbell's Southeastern album. Oh, nice. And I loved above and beyond how much I love Jason Isbell as a singer and a songwriter and a musician, I loved the sound and the vibe of that album so much. Yeah. So I jumped at the chance to work with Mark because I wanted to make something that sounded like that, just like had that warmth.
Sure.
So it was great.
I have fond memories of, I used to go see drive-by truckers in little small clubs around here, and it's been really fun to watch, and actually I just saw Patterson Hood last year, but Jason he's great. He's something else.
Yeah.
Well, since that first album, you've released several more great records, and now just a few weeks away from the release of your latest LP, Welcome to My Villain Era. And this one you recorded in Los Angeles. Is that right?
Yes. I recorded it at Stag Street Studios in Hollywood.
Well, I read that you told Eric Korn you wanted the album to sound like Johnny Cash and Loretta Lynn had risen from the grave to score a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yep.
I think you succeeded. It does sound like a score.
Good. Thank you. I don't know where, those are just like the things that I love the most, like I was like, I'm going to take 3 things that I love and try to make them get married.
You did it. The album has such a great sound. It's great.
Thank you.
And by the way, not long ago, I started following the Doohickeys, and I saw that Haley Spence Brown is on the album.
Yes, she is a harmony master.
Nice.
Like, she can't be human. Her harmonies are so perfect. They're amazing.
And she's from Liberty, Missouri, in my state, but she's more on the other side. She's outside of Kansas City, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And she and Jack are just the nicest people. I love them. And we keep trying to do some shows together, but it hasn't lined up yet. And I hope that we get to do that at some point.
Yeah.
They feared not God, nor man, or the devil, and they came to burn it all down. They wore shepherds' robes and preachers' smiles when they rode into our town. They tore through like a band of demons. No home or life was spared.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, Dave, what's something you've been doing for 45 years?
I've been attempting to get better at playing guitar for at least 45 years. And what about you?
Well, I'm part of a team who's been selling music for 45 years. It's Euclid Records' 45th birthday!
Yay!
And our NOLA store is turning 15.
Any plans to celebrate?
Oh, yeah. All kinds of plans. A big party. Stay tuned to our socials for details.
I've been a Euclid Records customer since the late 90s.
Oh, thank you for your loyalty. Yeah, 45 years of serving music lovers across the globe because we have our own shipping department. New and used vinyl, CDs, and cassettes. We do special orders. We do whatever it takes to get music into the hands of music lovers everywhere.
You also buy vinyl, right?
Oh, yeah, we buy vinyl, also CDs and cassettes for cash or trade. It's how we've amassed such a renowned collection, which you can shop 24/7 at euclidrecords.com. Wherever you are, Euclid Records is there.
Euclid Records is in St. Louis, New Orleans, and wherever you might be, 24/7 at euclidrecords.com.
Hey, this is India Ramey. You're listening to Frets with DJ Fey.
Well, fans refer to you as the woman in black, and also one that I absolutely love, the Wednesday Addams of country music.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I have a flair for the dark. So, my stuff is it's very traditional country and outlaw country, but I like to deal with dark subject matters and, dark visuals.
I'm a big fan of the Addams family and of Wednesday Addams. So I thought that was,
me too.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, my husband always tells me, he's like, "You are a Wednesday Addams." So that is who you are.
That's perfect. Oh, and I have a confession. I meant to talk about this earlier. Almost a year ago, June, I guess it was. I always try to go to Twang Fest, as much as I can, as many of the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my other career is, or my longtime career has been as an art director, a graphic designer. And so I get asked to, do posters and materials for shows, which I love. I love doing that. So yeah, I that was one of the ones I did. It was the poster for last year's Twang Fest. I'm actually working.
Oh, that was a great poster.
Yeah. Well, Kevin Belford, I have to give him a shout out. He always does these great illustrations, so I have good stuff to work with. But I just do the typography and layout and design. Anyway, I was so bummed because the night you played, I realized I had a scheduled thing that I could not get out of. So I missed you in St. Louis last year. So I really hope at some point you'll get back to St. Louis, or if it's somewhere near St. Louis, I like going to shows out of town too. So I
would love to come back to St. Louis.
Yeah.
We have a run out to Oklahoma City and back in July, I think. And I think we were trying to get to Kansas City but I don't know if anything has come of that. And I might just be like, let's just loop through St. Louis if we can get something at this point. Because I love playing there, and I love Twang Fest. I love Off Broadway.
I do too.
I think St. Louis is a beautiful city. Like the architecture of it is just gorgeous. So yeah, I would jump at the chance to get back to St. Louis.
Yeah. I've made road trips to Oklahoma to see concerts. I've been to like Kane's Ballroom, and so I'll keep an eye out for your upcoming shows.
Thank you.
Well, India Ramey, thank you so much. This has been great, and I'm really looking forward to, and I know you are too, I'm sure, to the release of the new album coming up soon.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's coming out in 2 weeks at this point. So yeah, I've already started to shave off an hour of sleep every night because my nervous system is nice and geared up. So by the time we get to release time, I'm going to be like, I have my finger in a light socket. Let's go.
I've been listening to a lot of outlaw country on Sirius, and your songs pop up a lot. And so pretty soon, and we're going to have more songs on outlaw country.
Yeah, and they have been so good to me. Sonny Sweeney and Elizabeth Cook and Zach, the program director. Everybody at Outlaw Country has been so generous with their spins, and I am so grateful to them. What a fantastic station.
I even think I was driving around one day and one of your songs came on. I was like, I got to see if I can talk to India Ramey for the show. And I am so glad we got to make that happen. So once again, India Ramey, thank you. And we'll be in touch.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, welcome to my villain era. You're trying to play the victim. Now that I am sticking to my guns, reckon that makes me the bad guy. So let the movie start. I'll be happy to play that part. Keep on pushing me. Go on, I dare ya. Oh, welcome to my villain era. 'Cause you seem to need a bad guy for your little novella. I'm drawing a hard line, and it's turned you plumb yellow. Oh, welcome to my villain era.
Did you dig this chat? Then check out past episodes. Please subscribe, tell 2 friends, and follow Frets on Instagram and YouTube. And leave a glowing review wherever you're hearing this episode.